Yes, this is the viral 1320 video Camry. That is what we call lawn bowls mode. Beast mode is this. That was maybe half throttle. It's now without power steering, because of course space constraints and the fact it's designed to go in a straight line. This video is less about the review and more about silencing the critics, talking specs to crush those haters, and of course have a little bit of legal fun. But first, let's roll the tape. Specs for the specs for the nerds, now that you have seen the hopefully beautiful cinematics. So I have my book here because I want to make sure I get these 100% correct. The 1320 video post went absolutely ballistically viral, 2,200 comments last time I checked. So I want to make sure that I go over this and answer those as best as I possibly can. So we have a 1MZ FE, of course the V6 Toyota lump, mated to an A54 1E automatic transmission. Currently has a locker, but they are looking to put an LSD in for obvious reasons. There's a 3540 billet wheel turbo, which is actually tucked down there, which we're not going to be able to show you right now, but we'll show you in the cinematics. On top we have a heavily modified intake, which is going to be a theme for this car. There's things inside other things, which we'll get to in just a second. We have speed torque modified heads, which have Marshall 274 cams, Supertech exhaust valve springs, Supertech exhaust valves. We have small block Chevy internal springs, which are super cool. That's just the mind of Simon. We have pistons from a 1UZ, which is actually quite a famous drag car, for those in WA that know what I'm talking about. We have rods from a small block, which have been narrowed to obviously fit inside a 1MZ. We also have a ground crank to pull all that together. Simon's given me all the specs of all the bearings, which should tell you a little bit about how much detail Simon has put into this. Now you're probably thinking that bay doesn't look anything like a turbo bay. So this battery is not actually the battery. There's mounting points on top, but they go down to another lithium battery, and that is actually the front mounted fuel cell. This thing runs on E85. The intake just here is not actually the intake. There's intake piping which goes actually through the inner guard and runs down to the front mount intercooler. And then the exhaust has a cutout in it with two settings. One of them is called Beast Mode and the other is called Lawn Bowls. I'll let you do the math. And the exhaust runs down through. And it's essentially, apart from the fuel regulator and the blow-off valve, which is done on purpose, are the only things that you can see on this car. So I just wanted to jump in quick, because cars like this don't just happen. They don't just appear in people's workshops. They don't just run the quarter mile without an absolute magnitude of help and teams behind them. So I'm just going to reel out some people that have helped this build along the way. We have Jamie from Shift Kits Australia, Sandro and Charlie from SCM Racing, Danny and Stamps at Performance Mods, Rory, Landy and Loney from Speed Talk, Johnny Marshall from Marshall Racing Cams, Trev, Dave, George and the TMP crew, the guys at Challenge Batteries, Mick from Tuned by Mick, Aaron from Spool, lastly Scotty from Street Machine and Harry from Haul Ass Garage for actually encouraging Simon to actually do this. Simon has quite rightly said that this is one of the most scariest cars he's ever built, and Simon has been in this game long enough to know that it's factually absolutely correct. So thanks to all those people for letting this happen. Back to the video. Yeah, goes straight good. Yeah. Oh, there's another roundabout. Oh, Jesus Christ. Gonzo, Simon, my friend, you are an absolute madman. That power steering. It's funny, Gonzo sent me this insane message like with how to drive this thing. He was very specific about the power steering and like how it drives, particularly not anywhere apart from realistically a straight line. He was not over exaggerating, put it that way. And for the record, I have not done this car justice. It is an absolute handful. For obvious reasons, it's been built as a sleeper to do sleeper things. It hasn't been built for me to do a review on it. I'm just in an extremely fortunate position where I've been given the opportunity to do that. But yeah, this review has not at all done this car justice. Go watch it at the drag strip. That's my recommendation. And before I sign off today's video, I have to give a couple of thank yous. One is to Adam for hooking this video up. And secondly is of course to the brain of Simon for cooking up whatever the hell he's cooked up here. Absolute insanity. As always, there's some videos just up here that you can click. It's a beautiful video. I don't know which one I've placed there, but I'm sure it's absolutely fantastic. Then of course you have the subscribe link just here. If you could click that, that would also be super wonderful. Or of course don't. I'm not your dad. Do whatever the hell you want. I'm just going to stand here for a bit to make you feel awkward. So you click this video. Click the video. All right, that's it. Thanks.